The next question is that how will we make our life a prayer? How did Gessler brother make their life a prayer? As I said in my last point, there are two kinds of people, one who pray in life and one who make their life a prayer. The question is how to make the life into a grand prayer, into a devotion, into a sadhana, into, into surrender. The answer is when we do anything with a selfless intention, with an intention to serve people, with an intention to help people, with an intention to give, with an intention to add value, we can make our life a prayer. For example, when you do as simple thing as giving water to a poor person, if you're doing with a selfless intent, that becomes a prayer. When you see a child crying out of hunger and you buy something for that child, that is also a prayer. And when we study, as a student, when you study with an intention to help your family, to help your country and be a role model citizen, that itself becomes prayer. When you're listening now with an intention to add value to your life and people around you, this can become a prayer. When I teach with an intention to add value to your life, it becomes prayer. So Gessler brother converted their work into a prayer by having a selfless intent. They were not at all thinking about profit, marketing, sales promotion, uh, how to bring customers, and how to expand business, which they should think, but they were not at all concerned about all these things. They had only one focus: to serve their customer God, as if the customer is God. And they believe that customer is God. So the next point is Kessler brother did everything with so much of surrender, so much of purity of intention, so much of loyalty and commitment, so much of emotional love with the work they did. They converted everything into a prayer, everything into a sadhana, everything into an offering unto God. And when you do your work as an offering to the altar of God, your every day is a prayer. Your workplace becomes a mandir. Your workplace becomes a church. So when Gessler brother came with the leather and they started making shoes, they are like priests preparing for the puja in a mandir. So the pujari is praying in the mandir. Gessler brother is converting his place of worship into a mandir. How? By making his intention purest of pure. So if we can add positive intentions to our work that we do, our work will also become an offering unto God, an offering unto the fellow beings around us. So Gessler brothers were making shoes, of course, but the shoe making is like an offering unto, like you offer Anjali to goddess during Durga Puja. You pray once a while, they pray all the while. So why shouldn't we pray all the while? Why shouldn't we brush the teeth as if we are uh, worshipping the altar of God? Why shouldn't just Janmashtami be where you decorate Krishna? Why shouldn't we wash ourselves as if we are a Krishna unto ourselves? There's a writer who says, and he says it so well. He says, you become truly spiritual when you bath yourself as if you are bathing Krishna on the day of Janmashtami, the idol of Krishna on the day of Janmashtami. And he was right, and I do agree to him, at least in this chapter. When a person on the day of Janmashtami, when people decorate that altar of Krishna and they decorate it with so much of zeal, so much of loyalty, love, purity, emotion, wish, I wish, and the author wants you to make you wish. If you could have the same kind of emotion for the work you do, if Janmashtami becomes every day with the intention that you do, then every work will become an offering unto God. Gessler brother did it through shoemaking. The question is, can we do it in the work we do? Can we have the selfless intent? Can we have the purest of purest intentions to convert and mundane work and ordinary bathing into Janmashtami day, Krishna's bathing and preparing him for Janmashtami? So, with purest of intentions, even ordinary things can become extraordinary. Yesler brothers were shoemakers, but they did with so much of positive intentions that we feel that they are offering it onto the altar of God.